Hi everyone, my name is Sarah Hancock and I am the founder of Serendipity Health. I am a mom, a wife, and a pediatric occupational therapist, and I am also an independent promoter with the company Pruvit. Pruvit is a company that produces and sells exogenous ketones. There's a lot in the media and out there today about eating keto, ketones, exogenous ketones. And so I wanted to come here today and talk to you a little bit about what are exogenous ketones and do I need them? What are the benefits? So we'll just start out. Exogenous ketones, they're a ketone supplement by definition. And by definition, a supplement is something that you add in order to complete something or enhance something. So based on that, you're taking a ketone supplement because you want to improve or enhance or complete something that you're already doing. I feel like there is some misinformation and misconceptions out there because people have amazing results with physical transformations and weight loss when they take ketones. I think that sometimes there's a misconception that this is a quick fix or an instant cure to problems, that I can take an exogenous ketone and lose 20 pounds this week, and that's all I have to do. My personal philosophy on that, if you're taking something as a supplement, you're wanting to use that supplement to aid what you're already doing. I don't think you can outrun a bad diet. And if you eat donuts all day and sit on the couch and are completely sedentary, without making some lifestyle changes, the ketones are not going to be this magic answer. I believe that ketones are awesome and amazing if you're already looking at a lifestyle that goes along with that. If you're already making nutrition changes and adding activity and you add ketones in there to supplement the goals that you're already going, it's just going to add to that momentum and add to the results that you see. A lot of people's main goal when they look at ketones is weight loss. And I think it kind of gets mislabeled that ketones are a weight loss system or they're a weight loss tool or likened to the fat burning pills. And that's not what ketones are, but as a byproduct of adding ketones into your system, weight loss can be a natural result that comes from that. So the ketone product is not marketed as a weight loss system. And I do believe that you have to make some lifestyle changes to get the best results from taking this ketone supplement. The basics of a ketone itself is a molecule that is produced in the liver. When fats are used, they're used for energy when there is no glucose in your system. So if your body's burning fat, it makes a ketone as a byproduct of that if you don't have glucose in your system. A lot of people are choosing to eat a keto diet or a low carb, high fat diet, which naturally brings a lot of people to ketosis. But there's a lot of research coming out that's showing that ketosis has a lot of positive health benefits. And there are people who eat a keto diet who can strictly follow those macros and eat and live within the confines of a keto diet and have awesome results and be right where they want to be with their goals. There are also people who struggle with, with maintaining that really low carb threshold and that high fat threshold. And I'll be honest, I am one of those people I'm a working mom and I have 2 young kids, and to track everything that I eat, every food I put in my mouth, and completely avoid carbs and sugars and eat the high amount of fats, it takes time and work and it can be challenging. And I think for some people, that can be enough to throw in the towel when eating keto and transitioning to keto. So taking a ketone supplement can help with that process. So ketosis, what is ketosis? Ketosis is the body converting fat into ketones that it will then use for energy. Those ketones, if you're eating a keto diet, are produced endogenously, which means that happens within your body. It's just something that naturally happens if you choose to eat in a keto fashion. Exogenous ketones, which is what we're talking about here, those are external. Those are a supplement that you take in externally from your body to give your body the same result as if your body were producing them itself. These are what the exogenous ketone products look like. There are several flavors, and all of these products contain actual ketones bonded with a salt that your body can use as a supplement. So we're going to talk about next what are the benefits of taking an exogenous ketone supplement. How do you know if this is for you, and who does this type of supplement benefit? The number one thing where I think a keto supplement can help people is getting into ketosis. That transition period, especially if you're someone who is used to eating high carbs or a lot of sugars, if you're making some major nutritional changes, that transition period can a lot of times leave people feeling less than desirable. You've probably heard of the keto flu. So a lot of times as your body is transitioning from burning carbs and glucose for fuel to burning ketones and fat for a fuel source, your body just goes through a lot of changes in that metabolic process, and you can feel tired, you can feel achy, you can feel lethargic, you can feel brain fog. Some people even have like stomach upset, nausea, diarrhea, those type of things. So for some people, that transition period from burning glucose and carbs to getting to a state of ketosis is uncomfortable, is undesirable. Now, if you take a ketone supplement, it helps you get into ketosis easier, and it helps avoid some of those side effects. If you take a ketone supplement, it's going to give you some of that energy and focus that is your long-term goal from eating keto. And it'll really kind of kickstart your body into going into ketosis. It kind of acts like a trigger, and it alerts your body and your cells and saying, hey, I'm choosing ketones as my fuel source. We need to make ketones because that's what I'm burning on now. And then for me personally, this comes in because if you have had a day where you go over and you accidentally have too many carbs, or if you choose to splurge and you go out to eat and you eat something that you know is higher carb, taking a ketone supplement will get you back into ketosis. And even if you've kicked yourself out of nutritional ketosis unintentionally or even intentionally, this will give you those benefits back. Number two reason to take ketone supplements, they will help control hunger. If you're someone who does intermittent fasting, a lot of times taking a ketone supplement will help provide that energy boost, and it will decrease that appetite, reduce your hunger cravings, so it will help you extend intermittent fasting. And naturally, it just helps reduce your appetite, so then people tend to not overeat, or it tends to change your cravings where you're not craving those high carbs and high sugar things, so you eat the foods that you need to eat that are better for you. Number three benefit of ketone supplements, cognitive benefits. So ketone supplements have even been kind of likened to like the nootropics that are developed for optimizing focus and memory and faster cognition. And I can't think off the top of my head what that movie is where they take the pill and have that like laser focus and cognitive. I have noticed huge changes in my cognition, my focus, my memory, my productivity when I'm taking ketone supplements. It's kind of weird. But something about ketones and keto really does affect the cognitive process. Number four is weight loss. And I think there's that confusion because if you take ketones, a lot of times people will see weight loss. But it's not a weight loss supplement. It's just secondary to some of these changes and things that we've already talked about. If you're taking a ketone supplement and it's naturally suppressing your appetite, it's naturally changing your physiological and your mental patterns that are associated with some of these things. So you're making healthier choices, you're focused, you're productive, you have high energy, so you're more active. A byproduct of some of the positive side effects of ketones is naturally weight loss. Now, some of my friends, some of my business partners, I have seen some people have amazing weight loss results. Some people have results without making huge dietary and lifestyle changes. Some people make huge lifestyle changes. I think the thing that you have to take into account is that everybody is different, and what works for one person doesn't work for everyone. Another thing about ketones is they help balance your blood sugar. So it will help you avoid those spikes and crashes that go with using and eating carbs. I know that I was really bad about that. Like I'd have my sugar and then it's like I would feel that crash. And so I'd like want to eat foods that have that carb and sugar to get my energy back up, or caffeine. And then when I would come down, a lot of times I was feeling like shaky and unwell. And so my go-to when I would feel yucky is to eat some crackers or something sweet, and then I would feel better. And using ketones and eating in a keto-ish lifestyle has really changed those insulin roller coaster, even low blood sugar patterns that I personally had. And then the last thing, number 5, that exogenous ketones, a lot of times they're being used as performance boosters for endurance athletes, people who train really hard, people who are very physically active, and people who are doing that while wanting to eat keto or a low-carb, high-fat diet. Because if you're choosing to eat in a nutritional way where you don't have a lot of carbs, then your body's looking for another fuel source to get that energy to be able to train harder and go faster and go longer. So by, you probably hear about like marathon runners, and they, they take the dextrose and the sugar and they pound the Gatorade, and they need those carbs and sugars to keep fueling their body. But if athletes who are not eating in a high carb diet, they can use ketones to replace that energy and that fuel source to really maximize their training and running results. And so that's kind of a rundown on what ketones are, what ketosis is, what some of the benefits are. And it's really interesting. There's a lot of positive speculation and new research and stuff that's coming out all the time that is showing that exogenous ketones and eating keto, having ketones in your body, there's research studies that are showing it's beneficial for inflammation, and there are a lot of illnesses that we see prevalent in our society are linked to inflammatory and inflammation issues as a root cause of that. So there's some promising, research and scientific stuff on the horizon here showing that ketones can actually be beneficial in managing a lot of health conditions that have inflammation as the root. There's research showing the actual cognitive enhancement and the benefits that come from having ketones in your body cognitively are pretty cool. And some of the newest research even coming out is showing that that ketones and keto may actually be a potential protection against some types of cancers. You've probably heard people say that cancers feed off of sugar for fuel. They are finding some connections to carbs and sugars and inflammation and a lot of health things. So as a healthcare practitioner, some of the stuff that's coming out in science that involves keto is really exciting. It's interesting. It's very cool. But if you have any other questions, I do not claim to be an expert. I am one of those people who tries something until I find what works well for me, and I read and I research, and I would like to help any of you on your journey in any way that I can. But if you have any questions, ask. If I know the answer, if not, I'll find it for you. But have a good one. Thanks.